Hey guys, it's the BlizzNet. So this was a really weird match. I really needed to clip this just because like I really didn't think people still do this, and this is why I really think the 4K badge and the 20 bomb badge is so overrated. So overrated. The only two badges that I think is really good for any freaking predator is literally the assassin badge, as you can see on mine with the daggers. And then there's the other one that you saw with the 3 skulls when you kill 3 teams all on your own. So the game starts simple, you know, all regular like. If you probably already guessed, it's probably someone cheating, right? And so it starts off with like the jump. And they passed it over to me. I was kind of AFK, so it took me a moment to jump. And then I realized, right when I jumped, I realized the race had went solo. And I was like, okay, you know, the usual, right? And things starts getting a little weird.
Fire. Broken enemy shield.
So right here, I was thinking like, oh no, we're about to die. Because when I first landed, Valkyrie was actually AFK for this fight that you see right here. So that's why I was crouching, doing finisher, because I was literally on my own before Valkyrie finally returned to the game. And I'm hearing Wraith in the background, getting kills. I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, she's able to handle herself at least. And we was doing fine together. So we was just chilling, dealing with the fight. And what I didn't notice as we were fighting, at some point, right now, Wraith just removed her shield. I didn't notice until after this fight. So after we handled everything, after I went after and chased after the horizon, as you can see here, I'm sitting here all happy because I killed the team that was trying to destroy me because she gave me the high ground. Oh, it glitched there, sorry. That's why this is the part when I was like, I started looking at her health. I was like, why does she have no shields on? How is she constantly breaking this Watson's shield? It kept repeating. What I didn't think was to check who she was knocking. But she kept breaking shield of a Watson constantly. And that's why I got really suspicious. I was like, wait a minute. Is she cheating? Is she really cheating? And I was like, no, it can't be. Maybe she's just good. Maybe she's just good at the game, you know. Every so often you get that Wraith that can handle themselves across the map. We go over, she can still handle herself. They're working together with you, and you win the game, right? So I was like, okay, since me and my Valkyrie are handling ourselves on one side, I was like, okay, and Valkyrie can fly us off. I was just chilling. And here's the thing. She's taking shots, right? There was no bullet. She didn't get hit. She didn't get hit at all. When you are attacked and get shot at, you lose health. Why did she not lose health? That's what I was getting really sketchy about. And then at some point, me and Valkyrie started heading over where she was.
Enemy shield broken. Reloading.
Now this is where it got more weird. So I noticed my Valkyrie. She really wanted to go over there and help the Valkyrie. Help the Wraith. So I was like, okay, let's go over there. Maybe it's a new player. Maybe I just didn't check the stats. I never did check the stats throughout the game on like the banners. So I was like, okay, maybe it's just some player who's just still learning to play and just doesn't realize and just somehow is handling a full team. And so there was the Watson. And she didn't really have nothing on her. And that's why I was like, that's really weird. So that means they were fighting this entire match out in the corner. Because I found out she was over in a corner of the map. I was like, something's really weird. So me and Valkyrie, we took off. And I was like, okay, we're chasing that full team.
This aircraft has several emergency exits, accompanied by
Where's the other two?
molten lava.
So she's been bursting 2 this entire time. So I was like, that's really sketchy. And then the moment I landed, I was about to shoot. And then I saw Rafe like, no, don't punch, don't shoot. And I was like, okay, maybe she made friends. Maybe they were like, maybe she landed, thought she can handle herself, was about to die. Because I wasn't really checking her health at the very beginning. And so I was like, okay, you know, let's be a friendly. You know, it's a game. Let's all be friends, you know. There's one person against 3. Nothing that's going to happen. And I was like, okay, let's do punchies or something. And they wasn't doing punchies. Like, I wasn't saying anything in the mic, but they wasn't saying anything. They wasn't doing anything. She was crouching, and I was like, okay, the Rafe made a little friend, so I'm not going to do anything. So they can do all they want. We can finish the match. Something like that. And this is when I was like making sure the area didn't have nobody like hearing all this, so we can have a little punchy fight. Because I was like ready to go, wanted to move on because I didn't want to stay here. I had challenges to do. And then this is when I noticed she kept shooting and then stopping, shooting and stopping, and letting the lifeline heal. And that's why I was like, wait just a darn second. And see, you see how Rafe responded when Valkyrie shot? She's getting a 4K. She was getting a 4K this entire game. This entire game. She was getting a 4K. And I was like, nah. No, I can't. This is just ridiculous. So I just went ahead and did it. I went ahead. Because I was like, bro, really? Really? And this is why I say a 4K badge and a 20 bomb is so overrated. Because that's how they do it. They get new accounts, they do that. Or their friends be like, hey, let's do this so you can get this and this and that. So you can deck out your whole thing. So I always think it's overrated. Like I said, the assassin badge and killing 3 squads in 1 match badge is the best badges in the game right now. Because those are guaranteed good badges. That means you went out there and got your kills. You have to have at least 5 kills constantly to get that assassin badge. And you have to get 3 teams. So that means you have to get 9 players of your friends to get you that badge. And that's really, really hard. It's already easy to get 1 team so you guys can work together. So we just played as normal. Played as normal. It was the last few teams. We just did our thing. I already knew it was at least 2 teams left.
Calling upon nature's strength. I have fallen.
Incoming care package.
Our aim is ready.
Don't try to intercept someone at Mach 1. Taking fire. I've gotcha. Hey, how about no more dying today?
Another squad attacking. Focus.
One moment, I must use a Phoenix kit.
Just a sec. Healing up.
Marking answer.
I'm getting hit over here.
Grenade. Let's explore this way.
Beginning ring countdown.
Now this is where I got pissed off. This is where I got really, really mad. We could have had a 3rd in this fight. We could have actually finished this team off. Valkyrie gets knocked. And I'm like, shoot, I can't get to her because there's a team on the left. There's a team in the middle where she was. I had to get to her. But the problem is I didn't realize she was getting finished. So that was game. The freaking Rafe let herself die by whoever that lifeline was. And so now I was on my own. I was like, what the heck? I was about to go pick up her, but she left the game. And I was trying so hard to get that Valkyrie. Trying so hard. Because look at me. I have a whole minute to pick her up and then go to that respawn beacon literally right outside the ring. Rafe could have done that. She could have ported over there, got her, and dipped back out. And we could have had a full team again. She could have gotten her loot. There was tons of loot over near her box. But because of the Rafe wanted to get her fake badge, we was losing.
Taking a moment to recharge my shields. 2 more enemy squads.
And we ended up losing this match. I tried my best to get her. I tried to go res, but it was just too late. They already saw me, so they wasted time for me to run over there. So it was literally at that point I had to fight for myself.
10 seconds. The All Father graces me.
Cause she would have died to that rank. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to risk that, so I just went ahead and did it.
One squad remains.
I was mad. I was really mad. If we would have had a third playing the game legit, we actually could have won that fight. I just needed her to either save Valkyrie or help me out, and she wasn't. We lost, and it was literally a duo versus one. And then look at my stats compared to hers. Just from playing the game correctly. I had almost half of her damage. Almost half. Just by playing the game.